I remember so vividly in high school, probably like 9th grade, sitting on my computer and typing in something along the lines of like, does my front bottom look normal? Girl, I am so excited. We are about to have a steamy Q&A. Literally. So I just had this idea at 1 a.m. last night. I was trying to fall asleep because I am starting my period either today or tomorrow. Love that for me. And I always can't fall asleep the night before. Anywho, and I was like, OMG, let's sit down. Let's do a facial steam, do some skincare. We'll be steaming while we answer some steamy questions. Give this video a thumbs up if you're liking this concept, or give it a thumbs down if you think I'm a loser. Let's go. I have already washed my face, and we're gonna jump in with the STEAMY steamer from Vanity Planet. Biggest of thank yous to Vanity Planet for actually sponsoring this Q&A. So epic, I know. I'll tell you a little bit about this in a little while, but first we're gonna go ahead and let this steam heat up and answer our first question. So I asked you guys on Instagram some juicy girl talk answers, and y'all are not playing games. We're gonna start off easy and work our way up. So the very first thing that I'm seeing a lot of questions about has to do with menstrual cups and if I'm still using one. Many of you saw the video I did where I tested out a menstrual cup for the very first time. I will link that video down below if you have yet to see it. For me, I really liked the menstrual cup. I like everything about it until it comes to taking it out. That's where it gets a little uncomfortable for me. I have heard a lot of women say that it took a couple cups before they found the right one that worked for them. I personally have the salt menstrual cup, and I just love the concept of so much less waste for the environment. I'm like, yes, but I haven't quite mastered the part. Let me know down below, please, if you're a menstrual cup lover. Let me know if there's a specific way to take it out or if there's a different cup that you would recommend. But for now, I've been using tampons. I alternate between which tampons I use, but I always do like a simple, plain, unscented, no bleach, no nothing that's gonna give me any problems down there. The simpler, the cleaner, the better. Now, honey, let's steam. Today I'm using the STEAMY steamer from Vanity Planet. I absolutely love it. It takes about 60 to 90 seconds to get hot steam, but it also has the cold steam option. Facial steaming for me is just time to myself, time to indulge, and I feel like after getting married and not living alone, I love you, baby, but it is really nice to have some time just for me. I've been using this facial steamer at home once or twice a week for like 2 months now. Number one, this is the best my skin has ever looked, despite Margaret being here for my period starting tomorrow. I feel cute, you know. The STEAMY model in particular can give you hot or cold steam, which I really like. So I always start my facials off with a hot steam, and you can move the little nozzle up and down. They also have a little top compartment where you can put some essential oils, maybe rose or lavender, to kind of enhance your spa experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this bad boy on. When you press it once, it gives out cold steam, and then when you press it twice, you get to the hot steam mode. Like I said, it takes about 60 to 90 seconds and you're good to go. One thing that I did want to mention briefly before getting back into our steamy Q&A, I think I definitely used to think that hot steam would open up the pores and then cold steam would close the pores. I didn't necessarily understand how everything worked. When you actually apply heat to your skin, pores are not doors. They are not simply opening and closing, but buildup in your skin kind of like it can loosen and it can rise to the surface for those impurities to come out. So no, your pores are not literally closing, then opening, then closing. Your pores are always going to be there, but they can become larger or stretched even from bacteria and debris building up in there. So the heat from the steam can really help to kind of like loosen and shake up those debris and cleanse your skin. I have a link in the description box down below to get 50% off the STEAMY Vanity Planet steamer with code STEAMWithIndia. Girl, I'm relaxed. I'm not even gonna lie. I am ready to dive into these questions. Okay, let's see what's next. This is such an interesting question. Have you ever been insecure about how things look down there? yes, I feel like we all have, right? I never had like older sisters or anything like that where it'd be like, oh, mine looks different from yours or things like that. So I feel like I wasn't out there seeing a bunch of front bottoms. If you know, you know. But I definitely always wondered, like, is mine normal? Does it look like what everyone else's is looking like? Cause I don't know. I remember so vividly in high school, probably like 9th grade, sitting on my computer and typing in something along the lines of like, does my front bottom look normal? Something along that line. And I actually found this really awesome article. It might have been like Cosmopolitan or something, but it was actually amazing, and it was about like whatever yours looks like is perfect, you know? It was just saying like everyone's is different, literally everyone. And it was actually very like inspiring and encouraging, and I'm so glad I stumbled upon that as opposed to finding a lot of other things I could have found on the internet from typing that in. Let's see what our next question is. What was your first pap smear like? I'm scared. Girl. I'm not even gonna play games. I have talked about this on my channel, I think once or twice, and I still get nervous to go to the OBGYN. Honestly, finding an OBGYN that you have a good rapport with, that you feel comfortable with, is so important. The very first time that I met with my doctor, actually all we did was just talk. She just took me into a room and just asked me questions, all that jazz. That's it. I kind of just like developed a relationship with her, a trust with her, and so then the next time when it was time to actually get a pap smear, I personally felt a lot more comfortable. You know, you might feel comfortable right away. You might be really comfortable in your skin, and that's great, but if you aren't, I think having an appointment first where you just talk, build a rapport, they ask you health questions, you ask any questions you might have, I think that that's very, very helpful. Hi India, I have personally chosen to wait till marriage. How do I tell the person that I'm with that I'm waiting till marriage? I'll tell you what I personally did. This is just me, everyone's different. If that is a choice that you've made for yourself, I recommend getting it out there ASAP. I told Daniel on our second date that I was a virgin and that I was not interested in exercising with anyone but my husband. And I just laid it out there because I wanted him to know straight up from the get-go that that's how it was, and like if that was an issue for him, great, you're not the person for me. So I feel like I just laid it out there literally on the second date. And if he wanted to leave, okay, bye. You know, like that's just how I feel about it personally. If you'd like to address it in a more gingerly way, go for it. But I mean, I do believe whether he's waiting or not as well, if he truly, truly loves you and wants to be with you, he will respect that choice, period. Oh, okay, back to the periods really quickly. I'm seeing a lot of questions about period panties, and I love this topic because I have a pair of period panties and I love them. They're perfect for when you're on like the last 2 days of your period. You know where like it's kind of uncomfortable to wear a tampon, but like, are you still on it, are you not? Like, it is perfect in my opinion to wear period panties during that time. I'm just like obsessed, and I feel like at first I'd be like, ew, that sounds so gross. It's really not. It's honestly not that bad. I could see how it would definitely get a little bit messy if it's like your first day of your period or things like that, but at the very end I think it's genius for that. Okay, I'm also seeing a lot of questions on anxiety, which is something I've been very upfront and open with you guys. It's something that I've definitely dealt with in my life and still deal with from time to time. I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair up for the face mask. As many of you know, I am on anxiety medication that helps me very, very much, but it's not enough for me to just have the medication. The medication helps tenfold, but for me, you know, leaning on my religion, working on exercise, taking time for myself to do a facial steam, to do a face mask, like these things, self-care really soothes me and calms me. I definitely recommend to those of you who are struggling with anxiety to exercise. Y'all, it changes my mind. Like, I definitely feel a difference on the days that I exercise and the days that I don't. Yes, I definitely exercise to stay fit, you know, all that jazz, but honest to goodness, the main reason I exercise is for my mental health. 100%. And the other big thing, the main thing that helps me is Jesus. It's Jesus. I don't know how I would do life without Jesus. I really don't. I'm seeing a lot of questions about birth control. What birth control I'm using. I'm seeing a lot of people ask, like, is it okay for Christians to use birth control and things of that nature? So this is what I personally do. Doesn't mean that it's right for you, but everyone has to decide what's best for them, of course. So for me personally, I am on birth control. We are not ready for kids. We are nowhere near ready for kids. So that is what we are personally doing to ensure that we don't have babies. So obviously, I, as a Christian, am personally comfortable using birth control. If you feel convicted that that's not something that you're supposed to do, then by all means, that is not for you. Please don't do it. I know that I have a friend who's Catholic and it's against her religion, to my knowledge, to use birth control, and that's totally fine. So for me personally, birth control is what I have chosen for myself, but you definitely need to decide what's best for you. But I highly recommend talking to your OBGYN on this topic. Maybe an IUD is right for you, maybe, who knows, there's a million different things out there. But figure out what works for you and go for that. And if it's abstinence, hey, that's the only thing that's 100% positive that you will not have children. It's a great method. This is the last question. Oh, there's so many good ones. I mean, y'all are crazy. All right, folks, this is our last question. I'm seeing a lot of you say that, you know, you're dating someone and he seems to be ready to exercise, but you're not ready and you're scared. What do I do? Kind of thing. And I would just say that until you're 100% ready, I would personally wait. That's just my opinion. I think that you will know when you're ready, and it'll be worth it to wait till you're ready, you know, because if you're just laying there and you're just like terrified, that's not gonna be good for either one of you. I highly recommend waiting until you are 100% ready. You might still be nervous, you might still be feeling a little anxious or excited or whatever those feelings may be, but until you know for sure that you are ready, you know, consent is everything. So if you are not saying yes, then don't exercise. And finishing off our spa day with some eye cream. Y'all, I love this video. I feel like I could talk about this stuff all day long. These topics can feel very shameful in a lot of religious communities, just in society in general. Oh, don't talk about your period. Don't let them see that you have a tampon. Like, I don't know. I just think it's important for us to be able to discuss this and sit down, have an open and honest communication about it. And like, I don't know, I just always, I say this all the time, but I always want for my channel to be a safe space where you feel like you can ask questions maybe you wouldn't be comfortable asking your mom or a friend or whatever. So I repeat, this is a safe place. I will delete any nasty comments if there are any. So please feel free to ask questions, and I'd love for y'all to jump in and answer each other. You know, what's everyone's favorite tampon? And then like help each other out. You know, that's what we're here for. So I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Biggest of thank yous once again to Vanity Planet for sponsoring today's video. They are so cool. Like, this was a fun video. Once again, be sure to use code STEAM with India for 50% off of your steamer. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want more. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.